action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Ooh, 64 Dream Car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides and have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Agent Mark Manning about Shelter's auto insurance discounts.
Miss Jan Jackson Maris joins us from the Jackson's Funeral Home, the 1900 block of Malcolm Avenue, and it's that time of year that it's ho-ho-ho time, Christmas time, and it's supposed to be, and usually is a big time for most all of us, but it's also a time to reflect back on a year, and Merry Christmas to you, young lady.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Black, and Merry Christmas, Jackson County.
Yes, it's that time of year, and of course, we at Jackson's Funeral Home have served a lot of folks during this past year, and for many, many years we've been serving folks, and you just wanted to tell the folks out there about hope they have a happy holiday.
We do. We wish everyone a Merry Christmas from our family at Jackson's Funeral Home. And we just hope everybody will take a few minutes and sit down and watch this reminder of people that are no longer with us and say a little prayer for their families and our family, and just let's all be grateful for the time we do have with our families, and have a Merry Christmas.
It's a good show. It's coming right up, and Merry Christmas to you,
Merry
my friend.
Christmas, David.
Miss
Thank
Jan
you.
Jackson Maris at the Jackson's Funeral Home, and each and every month here on the Business Spotlight, and also on the web and at cable15tv.com.
Merry Christmas from Customized Vision Care. We think it's very important for everybody to have a pair of glasses before the new year. Merry Christmas!
Sherry Hanley, Lindley Health and Rehab Center, and I would like to introduce our new administrator, Jim Palculett.
Hello.
And we have Bobby Williams, our ADON.
Hi.
And we're down here in a secret location. We're putting together our Christmas float for the Christmas parade that is coming up this week. It's been a lot of fun. Yes, it's cold out here, but we have a big Lindley family down here putting our float together, and we have lots of events coming up at Lindley that we want to share with our town and community. Bobby, would you like to tell us about that?
Yes, on December 10th, 10 o'clock, the Residents' Christmas Cantata.
And with the Christmas Cantata, that is really a special time for us. It's where the residents, they've been practicing their songs, that they actually are in the cantata. They sing to the other residents, they sing to the staff and the family members. So that's kind of a special time, and the residents really, really enjoy it.
On the 15th, we'll have the Residents' Christmas Party with their family members at 6 o'clock.
So we want to encourage all the family members to come down and have Christmas dinner with our residents and with us. We're planning a large dinner and music, so come on down, share that special time with us.
On the 25th, the traditional Christmas dinner with visiting family members as well. December 30th at 2:30, Rockin' New Year's Eve party. All right, yay.
That's right. We are super excited about that. December 30th is kind of like the New Year's Eve party. Yeah. We don't do anything traditional at Lindley. We kind of go with the flow and make lots of party plans. So we're excited about the New Year's Eve party. We encourage everyone to come out and have fun with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. And everybody come out to the parade. Lots of people are getting ready for the parade, building floats.
Vote Lindley.
Vote Lindley.
Yeah.
Yay, Lindley.
Whoever they are, whoever the judges are, vote Lindley.
Right. We've been planning this since the day after last year's parade. So we've had lots of time to prepare. All of our decorations, our float is all handmade by our Lindley family, Team Lindley. Yay, Team Lindley.
Yay.
So anyway, come on out to the parade, enjoy it. Come down to Lindley. Share a lot of fun times with us. There's always something going on at Lindley.
Absolutely.
And if you have someone that needs rehab or maybe in need of long-term care, come down and visit with us. Take a tour. Meet our wonderful staff. It's a fun place to be. There's always something going on at Lindley for everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
You believe faith and finances go together, and so do we. At Thrivent Financial, we know you have goals and that your values guide your decisions. We can help you make wise money choices with products, services, and financial strategies based on your needs. And as a Thrivent member, you have the chance to strengthen where you live, work, and worship. Ask your local Thrivent Financial representative how you can connect your faith and finances for good.
What a great pleasure to have a good friend of mine join us on the Business Spotlight in Batesville here in Newport, and Newport's own and Batesville's own, Mr. Keith Davis. Keith, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Lots of folks in Newport, Arkansas will know who you are, and lots of folks in Batesville, Arkansas will know who you are. But for those who don't know you, tell me a little bit about your background, where you grew up, where you went to school, so on and so forth.
Okay. I grew up in Jackson County on a farm just outside of Newport, about 16 miles east. Went to college at ASU, went to high school at Newport,
Sure.
of course.
Sure.
Was an old Greyhound.
Yes, sir.
And when I graduated high school, went to ASU and graduated from there, went back to the farm. And then did a short stint into the House of Representatives.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sure did.
And then moved over here, had an opportunity to move over to Batesville to take a job in the insurance business, so that's what I did. So I've been here ever since December of '99.
Is that right?
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep, we love it here.
It's a beautiful country, isn't it?
It is.
Are there any mosquitoes in Batesville? I know there's some out on the farm in
There
Jackson
are a
County.
few, but not near what it was over there. Absolutely.
One of the blessings, isn't
Absolutely.
it? One of the blessings.
Absolutely.
Well, Keith, I know that you've had a tremendous run in your success, in your business success, and in the insurance business, and you've started a new business, and you and a couple of partners. We've seen the billboards, Thrivent Financial. First of all, what is that? What is Thrivent?
Okay. Actually, Thrivent is an old company. It started in 1902. It's an organization of Christians that started in 1902.
Okay.
It is actually it's a Fortune 500 company. It's 318 on the Fortune 500 list. Basically, what we are, like I said, a Christian organization that we try to help people be wise with money,
Okay.
be more generous, and in turn we have better members, better families, and better communities. We're very much community oriented in that we try to practice our generosity by the ABCs, with what we call ABCs, through action teams, which each member that we have gets $500 that they can spend as they choose on an activity that will help others within their community. And then also the B in there is Thrivent Builds. Thrivent is the #1 corporate sponsor for Habitat for Humanity. So through that program, we have our own, inside the Habitat, we have our own organization called Thrivent Builds that we help, that builds domestically as well as abroad. So we help in that. And the C in that is what we call choice dollars. So we are a not-for-profit company, so what that means in turn, we give money back to our members, and they get to choose what church or organization that they want to donate that money to.
Wow.
And it's anywhere from $25,000 to $5,000 a year. Now, St. Jude's is the recipient of most of those dollars outside of churches and other, but they're the #1 organization right there. And we have several local charities that we have that, and missionaries that money goes to as well. So that's a little bit about how we help practice generosity and help our members be more generous and wise with their monies.
Thrivent Financial, Keith Davis. How did Keith Davis come to get involved in this great organization?
Okay. Well, as of 2010, I'd never heard of it.
Right.
And at that point in time, the current company that I had my retirement stuff was getting out of the securities and everything. So I had a gentleman, good friend of mine, introduced me to his brother, who lived in Memphis, who was a Thrivent rep. So he wanted to come over and talk to me about that. So I moved my own retirement and stuff with Thrivent in 2010.
Okay.
Which at that point they tried to get me to come and work with them at that point. But timing is everything.
Sure.
So it rocked on. In 2014, I decided that I would make a career change, and I pursued it, and I'm glad I did.
Well, I've talked to you off camera and before we started doing the show, and we've been talking about this thing for a couple of months, and I've done a little research, and I mean, no doubt that the company that you're working for is a tremendous company, and then you are building a company here. Talk about talk about your partners. Talk about your folks that are working here with you.
Absolutely. We had an opportunity, and I didn't want to be the one man show, one horse show. So I pursued a couple or 3 different individuals within the area to see if there was something that they would like to do, and evidently it worked out that they did, and so we're trying to build a team, and we do a team concept. It's not just you're getting me. We have a team that's in Minneapolis that will consult with us, and we can do things as, need specific or as complex as you want. So we, if we need to bring other resources in, other people, experts in, we can. But these two that are great people that are well known within the community, and they're doing a fantastic job. Glad to have them.
Yeah, Kim Looney and Luann Gregory, and I know you told me that you handpicked these individuals to come to work for this company.
I did.
And I'm sure that the company handpicked you. I've known you a long time, and I've known that success and the work ethic that you've had, and known your family all my life. And if you're in and around Jackson County, if you know the name Davis, then you know somebody who's a Davis.
Yes.
And what a good family tradition and family values, and that's kind of the essence of the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I know we're going to look forward to talking more about Thrive in the future, and talking about some of the great things that you guys are doing, not just in Batesville, but I mean, you guys are out there and obviously nationwide.
We're nationwide, yes.
And looking to do some business.
Absolutely.
So we're here. Tell us about where the office is located and how we get in touch with you guys.
We're located at 430 Harrison Street, Batesville, Arkansas. We're just right across from the area Chamber of Commerce. Our phone number is 870-698-1551. Give us a call, and we'd be glad to discuss more of what we can do and tell you a little bit more about Thriving.
Keith Davis, my friend, former Charles Ballantyne Award winner. For you folks in Newport, y'all know what that means. And that's this guy right here. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
And welcome to the Business Spotlight.
Well, thank you.
And welcome to the Business Spotlight for the Newport Economic Development Commission. First, we want to wish our friend David Black a swift recovery. He wasn't able to be with us today, and he said, "Do you think you can handle it?" And I said, "I think maybe I have a little experience with you." I had a good teacher. So we'll wish him well, and I hope he does well, and wish him a happy holidays, just like we do each and every one of you. It's been a great year here at the Newport Economic Development Commission. You can drive through town, and just to think that in January, we had the 2 new car dealerships open, and we've had the new McDonald's and the new Pizza Hut and several other new things open. And we've even got another car dealership coming to town that you'll hear about in the very, very near future. The Kroger building's now full, our old Walmart building's full, and so we're seeing some of these older buildings in town that have been there for a while begin to fill up. And it makes us feel very appreciative for what we've been given in our community. But really, you're a big part of that. Without the dedicated revenue stream that the voters in Newport approved, and without the efforts of the 9-person commission who manages that and the great staff we have here in the office to work on it. And one thing that we have to be so thankful about in Newport and Jackson County, we have got great leadership in almost every position in town. And the leadership in town works together. While a lot of people in other towns and other counties worry about their turf, and they worry about fighting, and they worry about fussing, here we worry about fixing, and we worry about how can we make our community better. And so if the mayor wants to do something, my only question as to whether I support him or not is what he wants to do good for Newport, and it always is. If the judge wants to do something, my only question is what he wants to do good for Jackson County. And then if the answer is yes, there's no reason not to support them, and they feel the same way about the Economic Development Commission and the Chamber. And so we have a lot to be thankful for. We've been very, very blessed. We're going to keep it short this month. We'll give you a lot more information next month, but mainly we want to say from the Newport Economic Development Commission and the Newport Area Chamber of Commerce, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and let's have a great 2017.
Visiting with my good friend, Mr. Ted Hall from White River Area Agency on Aging, and it's always a pleasure to come up and get the knowledge that it abounds here in Independence County with Mr. Ted Hall. What do we got going on today, sir?
Well, listen, last year we did a special project where we went over to the Help and Hope in Independence County here in Batesville, And so, but this year we're doing a special program because it's this time of year, Christmas and giving and those kind of things. But there really is a need in Jackson County, in Newport. And this group that's coming here today, they're good friends of mine. They're from the Arkansas Center for Independence. And Miss Glenda Rutledge May is the executive director, and Dara Rounds is their PR person. I think Dara does a lot of other things for them. But anyway, they're going to be here, and they've got a special project that's going on in Jackson County that they're wanting to do, and it deals with a group home that they're wanting to get some attention to and some needs they have. And then also they just like to maybe talk about their total program. They have a new building that they're wanting to and they have a drawing and those kind of things. So with that said, we're just going to let them come forward. And Dave, well, I see you before Christmas. If not, I'm going to wish you a Merry Christmas. Will we have another program before Christmas time?
No, sir.
Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you and Ben. Ben's always behind the scenes, but he's always there, isn't he?
Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
We look forward to this interview.
Mr. Ted Hall.
Well, Mr. Ted, we appreciate it. Now we bring in Glenda Rutledge May. Everybody from Newport, Arkansas, Jackson County knows her, and welcome.
Thank you.
We've got a lot going on. First of all, tell me a little bit about the Arkansas Center for Independence.
Well, for those that don't know, we are an organization that provides supports and services to adults with developmental disabilities. So anything from autism, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, brain injuries, you name it, anything that causes an intellectual disability, those are the type of people that we work with.
Okay.
So we have several different programs. We have a day habilitation, which is just a day program where they can come out to the center and they can learn skills, just basic life skills, how to do laundry, how to tell time, counting money, budgeting, how to plan nutritionally, their meals, and just things that you and I kind of take for granted that are easy for us that may not be as easy for the people that we work with. We also have another side of our business is residential services. We have right now 5 group homes in operation. They're residences just like you and I live in.
Right.
It's a house maybe next door to you. But we have 3 to 4 individuals in each house, and then we staff them with a staff member that can help them cook dinner, help them do their laundry, make sure that they're making their bed or keeping their room clean, making sure that they're bathing, just the basic things that they need help with. So, and we're getting ready to open a 6th one.
Wow.
So we are really growing this year. We've already added 5 new clients.
Okay.
And it looks like we're probably going to bring on potentially 4 to 5 more at least next year.
Okay.
So we are growing rapidly. For a small organization like us, 4 to 5 people is really a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And with that comes growing pains.
Right.
So.
Well, how'd you get involved in this? How'd you get started?
It actually was by chance. I moved back to Newport.
Yeah.
Grew up in Newport, went away for a long time and moved back, and was looking for a job, and my mom ran into Pat Fisher, the former director, and Pat told her, that she was getting ready to retire and they were looking for a new director. Mom said, Glenda, you ought to just apply for it. Just see. So I did, and the rest is history. They offered me the job. Knew nothing about this type of organization. Sure. I had worked with Grant Evans when he was a little boy with Mom. So I had some familiarity with people with developmental disabilities, but I fell in love with our folks. And that's really easy to do. If people would really take a chance and get to know them, they would fall in love with them. And it's been a great 5 years. I'm coming up on my 5th anniversary, and I have loved every minute of it. And we've really, I think, done some good things and grown the company, and have some exciting things in the future coming up.
Well, and when you say that, that's a good lead into a couple of things that we need to talk about today. And tell us about the 2 things that we need to talk about that are very, very important where we as a community can help.
Well, number one, we've got a new group home that's opening. So we're in the process of remodeling that house, and We should be ready, hopefully, done with the renovations by the end of this week, and then should open that house within 2 weeks. So we have to furnish that house. You know, the girls generally bring their own bedroom furniture, but we still have to supply the living room furniture, the dining room furniture, washers and dryers, refrigerators. With a new house, you don't have cookware, you don't have glassware, you don't have, your utensils, and those are the basic things that we need to help get this house furnished. So, if there's somebody in the community that has the ability to help with some of those items, that would be great. We could always use that help, or if you wanted to just donate money to allow us to go out and buy those things, that would be fine as well. Our other big project, and most people in the community know that our building that we're in was built in 1959.
Right.
And it was built out of concrete blocks.
Right.
Those concrete blocks have seen their better days. They're starting to crumble. They're starting to crack. We have cracks around our foundation. So anytime we get a heavy rain like we did the other day, we start having water in the building that we're having to vacuum out and squeegee out. And, it's a constant flux of trying to keep up with just, keeping the building in a sound enough state to be able to use it.
Absolutely.
We're at the point where we've grown so much that we're running out of space. The building is really beyond the repair for our needs. And the building was originally built as a residential facility. So it had separate wings for males and females.
Right.
Well, that's really not conducive to what we're using it for now, which is classroom space.
Right.
And a learning and training environment. So we really
Tremendous need here.
And I was on the phone with the architect yesterday and kind of got the wind knocked out of my sails because 4 or 5 years ago when we started this, the cost to build was going to be about 1.2 to 1.3 million.
Right.
Well, yesterday I found out that's not a realistic number anymore. We're probably looking at 1.5 to 1.7 now.
Wow.
The community's been great in helping us. We've raised $450,000 in the last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
But that's a long way from where we need to be, and we're out of time.
What do we have to do? What does the community need to do, and how do we need to do it?
We need people to donate monthly.
Okay.
We need people that can step up and maybe donate the furnishings or provide money to buy those furnishings. We're going to go to the USDA and try to get a loan,
sure,
but we can't take on more than what we can afford to pay back. And that's the thing is, we've got that $450,000 set aside, but it's going to cost probably $200,000 to $300,000 just to furnish the building.
Right.
We don't want to build this nice new building and then take our old stuff that looks terrible and has seen its better days and put it in this nice new building. So we're talking about having to, furnish a new kitchen,
right,
which I'll tell you is about $60,000 to $100,000 to set up a commercial kitchen. We've got to have cafeteria tables. We want to have a computer lab in this new building, so we're going to have computers and computer tables and chairs. And then each classroom is going to have tables and chairs and the office spaces. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, that just outside of the building costs themselves that you've got to think about needing too. So we really, those that, are fortunate enough that, maybe they've got some money set aside that they were going to donate somewhere towards the end of the year, or we need it.
We need it.
We need it, and we need it now. I mean, we just can't wait anymore.
I know the folks of Jackson County have always stepped up to the plate, and we've always hit home runs when it came time for us to help in a project that helps people that need the help mostly. And how do we donate? How do we get in touch with y'all? What do we do? How do we get in touch with you?
There's a lot of different ways that you can donate. You can go directly to our website, which is arcenterforindependence.org.
Okay.
And you can donate online, either one-time donation, or you can even set up a monthly donation on our website. Or you can call us at the office. Our office number is 870-523-8488.
Okay.
You can also go on Facebook right now. We've got a live fundraiser on Facebook.
Okay.
Yesterday was Giving Tuesday, and Facebook and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation announced that they would match up to $1,000 of all nonprofit fundraisers on Facebook through the end of December. So yesterday we raised about $415 on Facebook. So we really want to get to that $1,000 mark.
Yeah, every dollar is $2.
So that we can get that maximum amount matched. So we need people to donate through Facebook. So there are a lot of different ways that you can get involved. And if you can't donate money, you can certainly donate your time. Or maybe you can paint. You can come in when we start this building project and say, hey, I want to donate my services and I want to paint your building. Or I'm a tile layer and I will donate my services and come in and lay the flooring in this new building for you. Or maybe you're a plumber or a retired plumber and you want to donate your time helping us get the plumbing set up in this new company. We've got a lot of companies in Newport that, may not be able to donate time, but maybe they could donate product.
Sure.
And all of that is tax deductible.
Right.
So you might not be able to deduct the profit on it, but you can certainly deduct your cost on it.
Sure.
And we need people to do that.
I think people will step to the board. I think we'll follow as we go along. I'll follow from a cable television standpoint, and we'll keep up, and we'll do some more interviews and kind of keep everybody abreast of where we are and how we're doing. And I think you guys are doing wonderful work. Wonderful work.
It's a joy to work with these people. It really is. They're truly the most heartwarming and happy people that you will ever meet. And they're people that, they can't change their circumstances.
Right.
This is who they are. This is who they're always going to be. And they need people to step up and they need people to help them because a lot of them don't have the capability to do it themselves. So we need the community to wrap their arms around them and say, okay, I'm going to adopt you. I'm going to adopt this center as my project.
Absolutely.
And I want to help.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody knows Glenda Rutledge May and what a job she knows about your business and what's going on. And the best of luck to you. And we need to get on the project and get some help. So if you need more information, you have that where you can call or you can get on Facebook or we're on the website. Please, with the Arkansas Center for Independence, please join us and help us with the cause.
We're at Farmer's Tire Mart here on Malcolm Avenue, and it's getting cold outside. And visiting with Brother Tommy Bain. Brother Tommy, how are you, sir?
Great, doing great.
What we got going on this month?
Oh, Christmas.
Christmas time?
This is Christmas time.
Yes, sir. We want you all to come in, with this cold weather and get your antifreeze checked, get your tires checked. You don't want to get your batteries checked. You don't want to wake up in the morning when it's -2 and your car won't start. So we do all that here. We'll just get you ready for wintertime. That way when you come outside and it's cold, that you'll be ready to go and you can get to work and you can get home.
Yes, it is. It's time to get that antifreeze checked, make sure that cooling system don't freeze up on you.
That's right. That's not any fun, is it?
No.
That's not any fun. And if you break down on the side of the road, we got roadside assistance, Edgar, Linnell. They'll come out and fix a flat. So we full service here, aren't we?
Full service.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, it's time to service the cars for the winter, to get the oil changed, transmission fluid serviced, and all those little jobs that we've procrastinated about, putting them off closer to winter, and Bill, winter's here.
Winter's here, isn't it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Winter's here.
Winter's here.
Well, we just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Farmer's Tire Mart. And what you're saying? This is where what happens?
This is where the rubber meets the road. 1501 Malcolm Avenue in Newport.
That's right. Tommy Bain, I'm Ben Black. Thank y'all for watching.
We're at Sunnyside Preschool, just north of the Viaduct, over, I guess we're in Diaz. We're in between Newport and Tuckerman, but we're at a new business I want to introduce to you. This is Amy Tyner-Boyd. This is Julie Keaton, and we are the folks who are in charge of this preschool. We'll talk a little bit about the preschool. Amy, welcome. Tell me a little bit about Amy Tyner-Boyd.
Hello. I'm Amy Boyd, and I have lived in Newport my whole life. My family all lives in Newport, graduated high school in Newport, and been married for 8 years to a guy from Newport. So starting a business here was exciting.
I bet it was. Julie, tell us a little bit about you.
I'm from Swifton, married to Chris Keaton, also from Swifton. I went to high school, graduated from Swifton, worked for the Jackson County School District for 15 years.
Wow.
Taught grade level, and eventually was a preschool director at Tuckerman.
Amy, this is something that's dear to your heart. Tell us a little bit about the idea of this preschool and why you wanted to do it.
I worked at a daycare when I was younger and in college, and I always talked about how neat it would be to have one, and me and my husband have, over the years, brought it back up to each other. And then it's such a great need in this area, and so it just so happened that I was available and not doing anything else, and this building that was just kind of perfect for a daycare just kind of came up, and that's how it started.
Howard Trucking Building, as we said, is just north of the Viaduct, going towards Tuckerman, and you guys have done a marvelous job of remodeling this place. I mean, this is second to none. I mean, it's as good as you get, and it's where Max Black goes to daycare. He comes out every day. And Julie, let's talk a little bit about what would make a parent when you talk to parents, and parents ask, "Why should I bring my child here?" I mean, you got to talk about the people that work here and you guys, and how the training and so on and so forth. Talk a little bit about training the folks that work here for you guys.
All of the ladies that work here are trained. They receive a minimum of 20 hours of training, although we're going to try to exceed that. We receive our training from ASU, Early Childhood Services, so it's quality training. We want to have a quality program, and to do that, you have to have quality people.
Right,
absolutely.
Well. Absolutely. Well, age groups. What age groups do we have, Amy? Tell us about the age group of kids.
Infants through 5th grade school age. We have 2 infant rooms, and we have a toddler room, a preschool room, and then we do after school and summertime care for school age up to 5th grade.
Wow, up to 5th grade. Let me ask you this. The kids, the after school, and talk about up to 5th grade, obviously that is when the kids go to school, and then and I think y'all worked out with both local schools to where the people drop off here. Is that correct?
Newport and Tuckerman buses pick up in the mornings here and drop off in the afternoon.
Talk about openings. We have openings. Anytime you open a new business, anytime you open that new business, you know that you're going to have some openings to start out. You mentioned about a great need for another daycare here because there wasn't a place to send kids because we're full everywhere else. But we have openings right now. Julie, talk a little bit about the openings.
That's true. We have openings in our toddler and preschool room. The infant rooms are currently full, although those change. You have kids that move up into other rooms, and so those numbers do change.
What does it take to get involved? How do we, if we were interested, if somebody is going to be a parent or you have a grandparent out there that needs information, how do you get information to find out about, how do we come talk to y'all, or how do we get a hold of you? Is it email, telephone? How do we do that?
Stop by and see us or give us a call.
We love it when people come by to visit because this center is a beautiful place and we have really good people that are here, and it really presents itself well when you're able to come in and see it for yourself. I think it's hard to appreciate in its true form until you see it.
I agree with you totally. When you drive down the highway and then you look, you see a building and you don't know, and it's kind of like a house, but when you come in, it's a home.
Right.
I mean, this would be a great place to put your kid. Again, Ben and Kelsey have their son, my grandson here, and we are thrilled to death to be here at the preschool, at Sunnyside Preschool. And I know that y'all have done a marvelous job getting this thing going and continue to work hard. And we just want you folks to know that if you're looking for a daycare, please give us an opportunity to talk with you. I think it's kind of a simple deal. Just come out and look and see what we've got. And then,
We'd love to show it off.
Absolutely. Anything else we need to talk about? I don't guess we do, but let me say this, and I'll say it again, folks. This is a great place to be. Do a little business with us if you need our services. Final program of the year 2016 with Merchants and Planners Bank and Tara Salinas. And first of all, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good to see you, girl.
It's good to see you too.
And I say see you, and everybody knows that I've interviewed. I don't see real well, but I know you're there.
I'm here. You can hear me.
I
You
can
feel
hear
my
you
presence.
well.
We're glad to be here, and we're happy that it's the holidays, and we're all spreading the Christmas cheer around here. We've had a lot of open houses and had all of our customers come in and visit with us and the community. And we just want to thank everyone for stopping by. If you visited with us through the holiday season, we've got several more open houses coming up in our offices, and we invite you to them. I think December the 14th is our Tuckerman open house. So for everyone in and around that area, stop by and see Sherry and the gang there. We have a good time. We have kids come in and perform. We normally get the choir to do a little something. They're amazing, and it's just about inviting our customers in and thanking them for their business and getting everybody in the Christmas spirit.
Well, I think, this time of year, it's always a busy, busy time of year, and you and I talked about that before we got on the air. I mean, it's a hectic time of year for everybody. There's so much to do, but and so much to do even as far as the banks go, of getting things ready and organizing, and your job becomes a lot more hectic because you're right in the mix of that stuff. But I know you do a marvelous job doing that. Merchants and Planners Bank is real thankful to have you to do all that work for them. But big holiday season, and no doubt Merchants and Planners Bank has always been a big part of it. And we want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we have that would be of interest as far as commercial goes, as far as your business goes. And let's talk about Skip a Payment.
Okay, we are offering what we call our Skip a Payment program. It's going to be valid the months of December and January, and it's just something that we did last year, and it was very helpful because times are crazy, and it can get a little stressful on the financials, buying all the Christmas presents, buying things to wear for the party, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot going on and a lot to spend your money on. So for our consumer loan customers, if you need a little cushion for the holidays, we will offer our Skip a Payment program for either December or January.
Okay.
It's a $35 fee to skip a payment, and there are restrictions that apply, but if anyone's interested in that, they can talk to their loan officer and ask them for the details and talk through it and see if that's something that they'd be interested in doing. Like I said, it's just a little cushion for the tough months.
Well, and that's a great program to have. And, again, if you've got a loan of some time, and talk to your loan officer. But it is a great program here at Christmas time where you could save a little money and keep a little extra money for the Christmas holiday. But it's been a big year for Merchants and Planners Bank. I mean, we're dominating downtown Newport for sure.
Yes, it has been. This is our 70th year in business as a community bank. So we have celebrated 70 years all year long, and we're just so thankful that we're able to be here and serve our community, and we're proud to be able to call ourselves a true community local bank. And I'll tell you, it really means something when you know your customers and you know your community, because there's a lot of options out there for people to get loans. There's online options. There's other larger banks, but just being here and seeing what I see and seeing people come in with a need and knowing that our people here genuinely care about that need.
Absolutely.
And we're not always able to say yes, and we're not always able to do what we really want to do. I mean, we're regulated heavily. We're a financial institution. We have a lot of people we report to. And so, and you wouldn't want to do business with us if we were lending everybody money all the time.
That is correct.
But, I think it's just special because, again, I see things happen for people. And I see, personally, my bank has helped me considerably grow in the community. So I'm just really proud to be a part of an organization that can offer that. And we're very thankful to all of our customers. And we want to tell them how much we appreciate them, appreciate their business. Thank you again for a great 70 years, and we're looking forward to many, many more.
I want to say one thing before we get off here, and you hit on it, and it's as a customer, Merchants and Planters Bank, when I do business with Merchants and Planters Bank, which I do on a daily basis, checking account, saving account, everything that we do is at Merchants and Planters Bank, my business, my personal. But you guys make me feel important.
You are.
You make me feel important. Whether it's a calling on your debit card doesn't work today and you can call and get it taken care of immediately. Whether nothing bad, but every time I ever have a need, I feel like I'm the most important guy that you guys are talking to that day. And I really do. And I appreciate Merchants Planters Bank for that.
Thank you. That's wonderful to hear. And that's
Absolutely.
the philosophy, and that's what we strive for. So that's wonderful to hear.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you for your business. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays from Merchants and Planters Bank, Tara Salinas, Jim Gowan, all the crew, M&P. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're at Unity Health Harris Medical Center in Newport, and this is Michelle Brand-Fauci, Jackson County and Newport's own, who is the marketing director here. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
We've got a lot of things to talk about at year end, and first of all, I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, but Michelle, there's lots of community service things that we do at Unity Health that folks may or may not be aware of, and we thought we would talk about some of those things today.
Well, since Unity has taken over, one thing that I don't know if people are aware of is, where they want the hospital to be the best healthcare facility as it can be, they also are very invested in the community. We don't only support the schools and, all the schools in Jackson County. We've done things like taking the brain to the school, to the elementary school here. Done some different stuff like that. We do coats for kids. We've also taken over 2 senior centers.
Right.
We now do Meals on Wheels, where we provide over 100 meals a day.
Wow.
The month of November, our kitchen put out over 14,000 meals.
Wow, fantastic.
So, those are just small things that we do. We're doing the Christmas parade this year.
Right.
We always want to make sure that we're doing those kinds of things for our community. So they are, Unity is not only interested in making sure that we provide the best health care and continue to invest in our hospital, but also in our community.
I think sometimes that gets lost in what corporations do.
Sure.
And corporations give so much back, and there's no doubt that you do that. You guys do that, and we want this place. We want Unity Health to be your hospital of choice. It's always been mine, and just great things happening though at Unity Health.
Yes, not only within, not only is it nice that we have been taken over by Unity Health, which is in Searcy.
Sure.
So it is a hometown hospital and facility, that they care about our community and that kind of thing, but they care about the hospital and making sure that we do everything we can to make sure that we provide the best of care. And in the new year, we will be looking at lots of new things, so y'all have to keep your eyes out on what we've got going.
I like how you say that, talking about your eyes.
Your eyes.
No, my eyes are not too good. And Linda Black says it all the time. Said, "Would you look at that?" And I said, "Honey, I can't see." I just had a little eye surgery, and anyway, it's kind of difficult for me to see. But I appreciate you taking time to visit with us. We have big things that we can talk about coming after the first of the year, but we certainly wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone in, not only in Newport and Jackson County, but around Northeast Arkansas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Michelle Brand-Fauci, Newport's own marketing director at Unity Health Harris Medical. Hello again, sports fans, and welcome to Bud Black on Sports. Obviously, I'm not Bud Black. David Black filling in for Bud Black, and the program each and every month is brought to you by the Bank of England. Kenny Thaxton, what a big Greyhound supporter he is, down at the Village Mall for all your mortgage lending. If you're looking to buy a new home or you're looking to refinance your home and interest rates are relatively low right now, be a good opportunity to visit with Kenny and see if he can help you lower your payment. He does outstanding work at the Bank of England down at the Village Mall. I want to talk a little bit about Greyhound football and what a year that Coach Mark Hinesley and his staff had. Going to the semifinals this year, going from 2-8 a year ago to 11-3 this year. It was just an outstanding year to be a Newport Greyhound. And everybody kind of bought into the phrase one town, one team, one family. It was that year when the businesses got into it and were decorating their windows and painting the windows and running streamers and so on and so forth. And we got to practice on Thanksgiving morning, and what a great tradition that is. There was a big crowd there that day. The fans traveled with these folks, and it was just an outstanding year for the Newport Greyhounds. Some outstanding leaders on the team, some guys that were awarded some postseason honors. Want to go over those for you. Had a couple of guys make All-State for the Greyhounds. Deshaun Anderson, a two-way starter, offensive center, offensive guard, defensive tackle. What a year he had. And then Jerry Ellis, the great running back and split receiver and defensive back for the Hounds. Both of those guys were named All-State for the Newport Greyhounds. Had two All-Star nominations. It doesn't mean that they're going to get to go to the All-Star game, but they're nominated to try to get picked for the All-Star game. Jay Kratt and Jordan Neal. You have to obviously be a senior to get that recognition, but the All-Star nominations, Kratt and Jordan Neal, and again, outstanding years by those guys. The All-Conference selection, obviously, Deshaun Anderson and Jerry Ellis, Jay Kratt, Jordan Neal, O'Shea Pruitt, and Cash Forster. So the crew of Kratt, Neal, Anderson, Pruitt, Ellis, and Cash Forster, the sophomore quarterback, all got recognized as being all-conference. And the Conference 3A3 Coach of the Year, our own Mark Hinesley. So it was just an outstanding year for our student athletes, and our school got behind it, the fans got behind it, and big things are going to happen. I know last year that I kept preaching that help was on the way and things were going to get better, and boy did they get a lot better this year as far as wins and losses and as far as the town spirit, the school spirit, and so on and so forth. But I do want to mention this. We're in the process of putting together a salute, a special Greyhound salute, honoring the kids, honoring all of our support groups, honoring all those people who have been very, very supportive of the Newport Greyhounds. It's going to take us several weeks to get this thing done. We're going to do a lot of interviews. We'll have coaches interviews. We'll have some fan interviews. Hopefully we can get a couple of interviews with maybe Alton Walker. I know we're going to have some pictures from Alton. Maybe Kevin Pierce from KMBY KOKR Radio. It should be an outstanding program. We're looking forward to it. And again, it may take us a whole month to put this thing together, but we're going to salute these kids. We're looking forward to doing that. Follow the Hounds on Cable 15 TV.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the December edition of the Farmers Supply Association Agriculture Report. Well, we finally got some rain. You know, we've been talking this fall about it being dry and farmers working and working and working, you know, getting a lot of things done in preparation for next year. Well, we finally got a decent rain towards the end of November, I think over 2.5 inches, and a couple of shower sets in. So, you know, the farmers are finally out of the field, got a lot of work done and ready for next year. But time to get out of that field and take a break from some of the field work. You know, this time of year after you get in the field, one of the things you think about, or many things you start thinking about, and that's preparing for next year's crop. One of the big things you got to do, of course, first decide what crops you're going to plant, what mix you're going to have, but after that, variety selection is very important. Today I want to talk about rice variety selection. I just recently got the University of Arkansas rice information sheet that has all their information about rice variety selection. Outstanding publication. You can get it from the Extension office, over the internet, a lot of different ways to get that, but I would encourage you to look over that. Of course, a lot of people probably already have some of their varieties, especially the hybrids, booked by now, but you know, if you've got decisions to make, that's a good place to get information. I'm going to break our variety selection talk into 4 different categories of varieties. First, your conventional long grains. your medium grains, then your Clearfield, your non-hybrid Clearfield long grains, and your Rise Tech hybrid. So we're going to talk about, break this into 4 categories and how those varieties did in the University of Arkansas test, and a few points about some of these main varieties. First, the conventional long grains. It really was not a great year for conventional long grains this past year. It seems like they're more sensitive to some of the heat issues and some other things, so I think that's part of the reason why, you know, they were inconsistent. I mean, there were some good yields with conventional long grains, but some extreme disappointment in places as well. 3 main varieties here. One, the new one, Diamond. That's a University of Arkansas variety called Diamond. It did very well last year, made 188 bushels. It topped these conventional long grains, so I think that variety looks very promising. The only really kink I see in looking at some of its characteristics is very susceptible to fall smut, so you're probably going to need to put a fungicide with tilt in it to help, you know, suppress that somewhat. Lacaste, variety that's been around 2 or 3 years, made 182 bushels, so about 6 bushels behind Diamond when you look across locations in the Arkansas Rice Performance Trials. No big hiccup as far as diseases or anything like that. Again, yield potential's up there close to Diamond, but not quite with it. So, you know, Diamond again looks really good there. Of course, Roy J has been kind of the standard for many years with our conventional long grains. This year only 167 bushels. You know, it's kind of about 20 bushels behind Diamond. So, but you know, one of the things about Roy J that people like is really its standability. It's very hard to blow it down, so a lot of people really are going to may stay with it, for at least on some acreage, because of that lodging resistance. So Roy J is also very susceptible to one of the smuts, kernel smut, as opposed to fall smut for Diamond. So again, with these conventional long grains, I would look to planting some Diamond this coming year. If you can get some seed on that, I think it's going to be a good choice to try it. Never like putting all your eggs in one basket, because, you know, something may show up that we haven't seen before. But, you know, Diamond, Lacaste, probably your top 2 conventional long grains. Roy J still has a place, I think. Also, Taggart and Wells both were in the 170s in the Arkansas Rice Performance Trials last year. So those varieties, you know, are older and not planted very much anymore, but they still got a place. Medium grains, another good news situation right here. Another new variety that did well. Another University of Arkansas variety that did well. That's called Titan. Titan was released last year, and in the trials it averaged 192 bushels per acre compared to Clearfield 272, the Horizon Ag medium grain that yielded 176. And Jupiter, which has kind of been the old standby, yielded 167. So again, Titan looks good. No real red flags as far as diseases or anything like that. So just like with Diamond, if you want to plant some medium grain, I would sure try Titan. Again, don't like to put all your eggs in one basket. We'll see what the medium grain market looks like, but if you're going to plant some medium grain, I would give Titan a try on at least some of my acreage. The Clearfield 272, of course, the Horizon Ag medium grain, again yielded 176. It's very susceptible to bacterial panicle blight, so you really need to watch this variety. I think it has some potential, but that panicle blight issue could be you know, a problem with that variety, so we need to watch that, and we'll see how that variety goes because of that issue, and see if it, you know, holds up yield-wise in the future and what we do with that variety. Of course, Jupiter's been the old standby, has stem rot issues, lodging issues, and, you know, hopefully Titan will really stand out and satisfy Kellogg's with the grain size and cooking characteristics, and hopefully become a good medium grain for us. Next, the non-hybrid Clearfield long grains. These are the Horizon Ag products again. Clearfield 153, another new variety again, topping the yields. Again, good to see all these new ones. We've got some good stuff coming. Clearfield 153 averaged 169 compared to 151, which averaged 164. So a 5 bushel increase with 153 over 151. It should be an improvement in lodging and disease compared to 151. That's kind of been bugaboo. 151 has a lot of bad disease issues, also lodging issues, inconsistency issues. So hopefully 153 is going to be better and more consistent. Another Clearfield variety from the University of Arkansas that Horizon Ag is marketing is 172. Clearfield 172 averaged 161 last year across the trial locations. So not bad. It was in the 160s like 153 and 151 was, but just a little bit below them. Has a good disease package, so I think it's going to be a variety that's pretty consistent, hopefully, and again something that you can plant and feel more consistent maybe than what you had with 151 in the past. Again, 151 has great potential, just has some of these issues that we see when, you know, it's not a good year. So it probably still has a place, and in good years it can really be one of the best ones out there. Another newer one, 163, yield potential not as good with this one, yielded 150 last year. It has sheath blight issues as far as susceptibility. And Clearfield 111, the older one, that yielded 149. So again, with our Clearfield long grains, we're looking at 153 and 172 and maybe still some 151. Looking at the Rice Tag hybrids, the non-Clearfield 753 continues to be the standard as far as yield potential with all of our rice varieties. Yielded 231 across locations last year, way better than anything else. 20 plus bushels better than anything else out there. So, it's one that you really need to be looking at. If your yields have been disappointing, I think you'll really like this one. Again, we don't want to plant the whole farm necessarily in anything, but I would be trying some 753 as far as yield potential and consistency and things like that. 760 is another non-Clearfield. It's a longer season. It's about a week longer than the 753, and yield potential less. It yielded 205 compared to 231 for 753. And it is also very susceptible to fall smut, so may need a fungicide on it. The Clearfield Rice Techs, a couple of new ones there. Clearfield Gemini 214 yielded 211. 7311 yielded 208, so those were the two highest yielders among the Rice Tech Clearfields. 745 has been our standard in the past. It yielded 192, so these two newer ones look like they have better yield potential. They have generally better milling yields and also better against lodging, so they look like an improvement over 745, and hopefully they'll hold up, and we'll start switching to those two Clearfields again, 214 and 7311. So we'll be looking at some of those in the future. So again, it's good to see so many new rice varieties to look at. Hopefully they'll set a new bar for us and hopefully increase our rice yields in the future after a tough year in 2016. And until 2017, this has been Randy Kopechka with your Farmer Supply Association Agriculture Report for December.